G'day everyone, welcome back to Pete's Investing. Today's May 18, 2023. This is the iron ore price update. On our weekly and daily, our long-short indicator is showing a neutral positioning, so avoid primarily trading either way. Let's look at each of these and we'll talk a bit more about a divergence happening which is playing out at the moment on the hour chart. On the weekly, again we look at the triple moving average of the price chart. It's moving average 3, 5 and 60. And if that's aligned with the moving averages of the CCI 150, 5 and 50, then if they're both in alignment going short, we look at a short signal primarily, or if they're aligned long, we look at a long, and if they're undecided between the two of them, it's a neutral positioning. So that's our major trend timeline. And on the daily, the same thing happens, but we also look at support resistance lines. Now we've got here a horizontal support at 588 and a resistance at 902. There was a Fibonacci retracement there and the price fell back and it's now sitting, bounced off this minor support area at 675. So it's below the 61% Fibonacci retracement on the larger time frame. So it's making some slight higher, a bit of a retracement in the last few days. Now, there was a divergence playback here on the daily. You can see there it broke to the downside and that's a successful divergence play out. And if I zoom out also, you'll notice these two diagonal lines. So the price is currently in this wedge forming. And it's probably going to take a few days at least, or a few weeks maybe, to sort itself out, to break the up or down from there. If we look at the hour chart, as I mentioned, if I zoom in here, you can see there more closely, we've got a bullish divergence on the CCI versus a bearish divergence. Now the price has bounced, so that probably would have been that period there. And the way you would have played that would have been, you draw a channel between the lows there and the equivalent highs, so that area only. You don't look at anything else outside of that. And what I've done, I've drawn in terms of targeting, I've drawn a Fibonacci retracement from that high to that low. And from where it breaks out, I take the next major Fibonacci retracement. So you can see there it broke out on the 23% outside of this little channel. So I set a target somewhere between the 38% or even the 50%, and I've drawn that little rectangle there as a potential target area. And you can see there after it's broken out, it made a little bounce and it's actually just missed hitting that 50% target on that little wick. That may continue to the upside, and we'll see in the coming days or even hours. It may continue to the upside and fall within that range as a target area and possibly land somewhere near this descending diagonal. Anyway, to understand, and plus we look at some trading ideas using fractal breakouts and those moving averages as I showed you before. So to understand how to properly trade using the average down approach, reference the links in the description below. Subscribe and like the channel, support us more on Patreon. We do, on the Patreon page, we do weekly scans of stocks, currencies and commodities. Subscribe, like and share the channel. Thanks for watching and see you in a future video.